All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron Michael Escherberg here, bringing you some honest astrology for Sunday Fun Day, the 11th of August 2019. What is going on today? The moon has moved out of Sagittarius, away from Jupiter. If you looked up at the sky the past couple of nights, the moon and Jupiter are right next to each other. It was just absolutely beautiful. But now, Sunday, the moon is moving into Capricorn, all right? So when you look at the zodiac, what is the home or associated sign of the moon? It's Cancer, right? Well, what's the opposite sign of Cancer? Capricorn. So what does that mean? When something is in the opposite place of its home sign, that means it's in detriment. It means it's in a place that it's not where it wants to be. Okay, it's not in a place where it has the full amount of energy to feed it, to fuel it. Okay, so what happens is the moon, emotional moon, wants to express. Okay, we feel, we have, right, reality. Saturn, Capricorn, reality that governs the laws of the land, that governs the laws of man. Okay, the physical world. When we're talking about emotions, we're not talking about the physical world, right? We're talking about something very, 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 very different. Now, both of these exist simultaneously. We have the physical world where we have the emotional world. Like if I'm just sitting here, you don't know if something wonderful has just happened to me or something traumatic has just happened to me if I'm just sitting here. We rely on our senses to pick up on if someone is in an emotional place or not. Where we're going with this is, what's the ruling planet of Capricorn? Is Saturn. What does Saturn do? Saturn puts the squeeze on things, all right? And we have Saturn home in Pluto. Saturn and Pluto. Saturn home in Capricorn and Pluto in Capricorn as well. Okay, now that they're going to meet up tomorrow. The moon's going to meet up with those two guys tomorrow. But today, just the sheer fact that the moon is in Capricorn, Saturn's home sign, which naturally squeezes things. So what does this mean? Our moon that wants to express, our moon that wants to feel and share how we feel, is in a place where we can't do that. Where we have to be focused on our career, where we have to, and it's weird because it's a Sunday, right? Not everybody works on Sunday. Some people do, some people don't. But it's like we're focused on not being emotional. Not that we're necessarily focused on career. Now, in the 10th house, the grand scheme of the zodiac, the moon is entering the 10th house. 10th house is all about career. It's about our public image. It's how we are perceived from the outside world. And in the sense of like work and public image, when someone is overly emotional, notice I said overly, not just emotional, overly emotional, they're looked at as unreliable. Okay, when the push comes to the shove, can you handle it? Can you handle the pressure, or are you going to break? Right, Capricorn rules the knees. You can't see it, but I'm slapping my knees. Capricorn rules the knees. All right, so this is like the strength. I'm not going to buckle. Whatever goes whatever comes in today, which might not be going my way, all right? We don't buckle. We don't buckle. We don't, we don't break. I was gonna say we don't bend, but that's not the case. We bend, we flow. That's what the North Node is telling us. We bend, we flow. So let me show you the chart for a quick second. Okay, so here's our moon, moved into Capricorn. All right. Now we see two aspects happening here. One is a square to Chiron. The other, a trine to Uranus. Also, station direct. My friends, can we just say, holy smokes, we have two of our outer planets station direct right now. Jupiter, by 10 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, Jupiter is direct. And then soon to follow, in the next day and a half, is Uranus. Okay, what does that mean? It means these planets are going to start moving forward momentum. All right, let's go back to the chart to show you what's going on here. So we have the moon square to Chiron. What are squares? Squares are about balance. Okay, two cardinal signs here. This, again, our public image. This is about career and work and making sure that if we put our product out in the world and it says, I always use that, is the table going to take the weight that it says? Is this table going to take the weight, or is my computer going to fall over and just break because the product isn't standing up to the needs of the public, the demands, or further, it's just not committing to the quality that it said it was. If it said, hey, this can take 300 pounds, well, it better take 300 pounds. So what does this mean for Chiron over here in Aries? It means we have to put up or shut up. We have to be behind our words. We have to say, if we said yes, that means yes. Let me tell you something here. There have been days, all right, there have been days I committed to doing a daily video. I committed to do this daily. And it is a lot sometimes, okay? But I look at it as like there's a weatherman, there's somebody reporting the traffic. Well, why not somebody reporting the astrology, right? So I said, yes, I'll do this. And I like to, use metaphors and analogies and comparisons, and not comparisons, but just like, look, I'm nobody. I'm nobody special. You're the same as me. And if it's like, if I said, you know what? I'm going to commit to doing something. I'm going to sit down and do these every single day. Now 200 and some videos in, now I'm young at this. There's some guys that have been doing this for years and years and years and years and years. Now yourselves, it's committing to this. Are you saying yes to this? Are you saying yes to changing something in your life? Have you said yes to something? And it's hard. It's hard. There are days where I'm like, I don't want to, not that I don't want to sit here, but it's days that I'm dealing with my own personal things that it becomes sometimes a challenge, okay? And then I remind myself, like, hey, Aaron, if you're going through this challenge, if you're going through this difficult thing, if you're going through this friction where it should be flowing easily, that means somebody else is as well. That means somebody else is out there is maybe feeling this even 10 times worse than I am. So I sit and I look at this chart every single day for my own, right? For my own. So if I'm going to do this every single day, then I can commit to, in fact, doing this, right? So this is like, this energy is like saying, hey, whatever it is, you might not be feeling it today. You might not be, but you made a commitment. Right, so you have to follow through with it, and following through with that commitment. So it's like, all right, here we are. We're changing our lives around. Right, we're in a complete reset mode. We're changing our lives. We have to add more structure and discipline. This is the big one that Saturn and Pluto are saying. We have to rethink of how we're governing ourselves. So if we've picked up, following a diet, following a workout regimen, some sort of exercise plan or something like that. And if it's just like, it's Sunday, I don't feel like doing this, do it. Do it. If it's the day that you don't want to do it, and it's this day that you're like, I'm going to break this thing that's been going on, I'm just going to take a day of rest, don't. This is saying commit. Don't pull your cards out. Don't pull the rug out from this, because you're pulling the rug out from underneath yourself. Right? We're only hurting ourselves if we pull out of our own commitment. Now further, let's go back to the chart here. This is cool. So this is tension. The square is tension and balance. Okay? For us to receive this healing that we need to follow through. Okay? And what happens when we follow through, my friends? We have this perfect trine. So it's cool too that 5 degrees, right? And then right afterward is the perfect trine. So a trine, there's an easy flow of energy. There's no friction here. This is an easy flow from earth sign to earth sign. This is earth to fire. There's friction. These are two different points creating a balance, a fulcrum point, right? This is an easy flow of energy. And what is Uranus? Uranus is saying, hey, we're going to break the tradition. We are the eureka moment, the great awakener. And where are we at here in Taurus? These old traditions, these old laws, these old, old. these old mentality, old thoughts, these personal possessions, these things that have been tying us down. So it's just like, hey, when we commit to doing this stuff, and we don't give up when things are too hard or too difficult, we receive a lot today, okay? We receive a personal breakthrough that ends up being extremely healing. And then further, if we follow this sesqui square over to the sun, what is that showing us? We have the fire. We have the light to keep on shining. Nothing is going to dim our light. Right? So all in all, this is just a day of like, whatever goes our way, whatever's coming in at us, we can take it. We're not going to buckle. We're not going to break. We're not going to throw our hand in and fold. We're going to take one on the chin and keep on going. So enjoy it. That's the next few days. And then we've got, the moon meeting up with Saturn and Pluto in the South Node for like a great release. So it's like, all right, well, we get to the grind on Sunday, and it's weird because it's like a day off, for most people. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's like this is the one day that you can do your laundry, get your dishes done, get your, your kitchen cleaned up or whatever it is. Maybe it's the one day you can do all your errands or all your chores. And you can't do it next week. So if you don't do it today, it's like the waterfall, and it's just like, crap, I really should have done that on Sunday, So whatever it is, whatever is going on, stick at it, stay committed, stay persistent at it, all right? Because this great healing is coming out of it, a great breakthrough is coming out of it, which is the exciting aspect. And then with the sun in there and Leo, this fire energy that's keep on keeping on, that keep on burning, the light that never stops shining. That's what we gain out of this, is we get to see ourselves, our own reflection back. That's all this is. Astrology is just a giant reflection, as above, so below. So this is just the weather. Literally, I'm just the weather, man, telling you what's going on here. It's just like this great reflection is saying, hey, when we don't give up and we can see our own reflection of our own persistence, of our own, seeing things through to completion, we can look in the mirror at the end of the day and woo, we can feel good about ourselves. And that's the energy of the day. So feel good about yourself for following through, for sticking it out, whatever is going on, because there is that friction that's coming today. There is that balancing point. It's just like, ugh. Hopefully it comes with more ease. We'll see you tomorrow.